Okay.
He's so angry. He's like shaking with anger.
So, you guys, I'm not going to tell you his name yet, but I'm going to tell you his story. And yes, he just got cropped yesterday at the vet, so his ears are going to look a little funny right now because he had surgery and I just took the bandages off. But I couldn't resist telling you guys. I know that some people will be like, oh my God, but you know, it's no different than any other surgery as far as, you know, surgeries take time to heal. And he literally just had it yesterday. So this guy, is there a bug on me? Oh my God, get it. Don't let it bite me. Hurry, quick. No, they bite, Savannah.
It's a red one, not an orange one.
Oh, okay.
It's on my fingernail.
That's good luck. If it's a red one.
There it goes.
What's up, sweet baby? So this guy here.
Oh my God, she got another shoe.
Interesting.
It's a Croc.
Dude, go get that. Is that my Croc?
Don't let them see me.
Why? You look fine. No, you don't.
I'm sweating.
Dude, hurry up. Go get me my Croc. The fleas have been savage this year, you guys. It is in fact one of your Crocs. Dadgummit. Thank you for getting that. So most of what you'll see on his ears anyway is like a powder. All of that white is a powder that we use to help keep them clean and dry and whatnot. But anyway, so this guy, I'm going to tell you about him. So I went to go pick up, Primo Tali, which those of you may remember him. He's a dog that I imported. He just tried to bite her. Look at him trying to get her. Jolene, go away. Oh, he's so tough. No, Jolene. So, yeah, he did. He literally just snapped at her for trying to be over here. Okay. So I went over there to go went over to Vicky's Cape Fear Cutty Corso to go pick up Primo Tali. I'm telling you, he's super dominant. To go pick up Primo Tali. And I was looking at all the dogs, and we came over to this litter of pups. And really good looking dogs. And she was telling me that it was a Hefe litter out of this other female that's out of like an import and like, you know, other stuff. I wasn't 100% knowledgeable on the pedigree, but I did know, like I knew of the dogs, but I don't have like most of his mother's pedigree. I only have one part of his mother's pedigree. But he's out of Hefe, so he's out of my stuff on the sire side. He's a Hefe son. And they did treat him and for his like performance issues, and so he's good to go now. So anyway, I was really, you know, beautiful litter, but I knew that they're probably already sold because they're, you know, literally almost 8 weeks of age, and I knew that I was on the list for another Hefe son because we basically, sometimes breeders will help each other out. And so like we'll do trades. So I sent her a male out of a breeding that I did recently, to help her program and in introducing some new blood. And, and then I was going to get back a male out of Hefe and, actually Bella Rose's sister. Well, then she shows me this litter. And she's telling me how nice they are, and I agree, they're very, very nice puppies. But I'm, you know, like I said, I'm not gonna ask for something that's, you know, like I said, it's when they're this size, they're probably already sold. And she was talking about, you know, how much she loved the dog, blah, blah, blah. So I'm not gonna ask for the dog. I'm not thinking anything like that. He's a beautiful dog, and, you know, we keep moving and grooving. But she has me take him out and like stack him and see what he looks like just to confirm. And yes, super fantastic dog. And so then she mentioned that she wanted me to eventually take him because he's related to like everything she has, but that she, you know, her daughter might want to show. And so she wasn't sure on whether or not she Like she wanted to hold on to him and just kind of think about it, which was fine by me. But then when she said that she might want me to take him, I was like, well, look, like if I'm getting a Hefe son out of this other litter, I was like, I'm going to be honest with you. I can't do 2 Hefe sons. There's really no reason. Like for me, genetically, that's not something that, that I would like benefit from, you know, like financially. It would be not cost effective for me. So anyway,
Nirvana. I don't want her.
Nirvana, get back over here. So anyway, long story short, we talk about it and we both decide that, you know, she just decided that she was going to let me take him. And so I'm like happy, you know, I'm thinking, okay, I got a Hefe son, right? I'm not really thinking anything other than that. And I get him. And then as I'm driving away, I had this like really strong feeling of how I felt when I picked up Preacher. And all I can tell you is that it's hard to even say that because it's like that was almost 9 years ago. And it's like, how do you, like, I've picked up a lot of dogs, you know what I'm saying? So, and they don't always feel like I'm picking up Preacher. But this time it did. And I've even brought home dogs from her before. Like, we've done this before. So I'm thinking to myself, like, what's going on here? And I thanked her and I let her know that, how excited I was and how much it felt like I was, you know, bringing back Preacher. And then she said, she literally was like, she's like, oh my God, like as soon as you left, I felt it on my spirit that was your next Preacher. And I was like, oh wow, like, you know, it was like confirmation of how I was feeling, which was like pretty wild is what I'll say. Because I have my own offspring off of, you know, Preacher and all that stuff. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like I have black pup, like there wasn't anything specific about him at that time where I could really explain how I felt. And, okay, Jolene. She's throwing up grass. Okay. So anyway, so then I get him home and then I stack him out. Really beautiful dog, amazing front. And stack him out. And then Savannah is looking at him and she goes, you know what's wild? She goes, he has the exact same markings that Preacher had. And I'm like, what? So I look at him and sure enough, the dog is solid black and he has 2 white dots, one on his chest and one on his neck. Okay. Like literally the exact, I remember you guys used to know, I used to call it the double tap. And I haven't seen it in a while. I'm going to be real with you. I haven't produced it in a while. I used to produce it all the time off Preacher, but haven't produced it in a while. So I'm like, wow, that's wild. And then the other thing about him is that he's super dominant in the same way that Preacher was. Preacher was always very dominant. But on top of being very dominant, Preacher was not a very lovey-dovey puppy when he was young. And I've done videos and I talked about that, about how frustrating it was for me when I first got him, because I got him as a pet. I wanted to like love on him and have this whole puppy experience. And he really wouldn't let me do that because he did not like being coddled. And this puppy is like that. And that's not a common Corso trait, is what I will tell you. I don't see it often. In fact, I couldn't tell you the last time I've seen it at all, other than Preacher. I've heard about it from other Preacher offspring, but they were not dogs that I had in my care. And so, and not only that, but he will give you side eye if you coddle him too much, which is exactly how Preacher was. I told people Preacher would growl at me and he would snap at me when he was young. And mostly because I was doing things he didn't like. And we had a lot of, like he taught me a lot, and I've talked about that a lot. So I'm just sitting here like what is going on? You know what I mean? Like I wasn't even asking for this. I wasn't even looking for it. You know what I mean? I didn't go there thinking I was going to bring home a puppy. And now I have this puppy and he's like, it's like screaming at me, Preacher. And so then, you see, she's trying to give him love. You see how he moves his head away? He doesn't like it. If Preacher used to growl at her.
Roxy.
Look at that bombastic side eye. If Preacher used to, yeah, see, he don't like it. And he's trying to get away. And Preacher used to growl at Savannah over that. And I used to have to tell her, like, you better leave that dog alone. So it's really wild because, like I've said, you guys have seen us with our puppies for years. We will kiss and coddle puppies and they love it. So it's not a common trait for a Corso to not want to be coddled and loved on like that and kissed on like that. It's not common. And Look at that face. Then, whenever I get him cropped yesterday, they bring him out and he's in a green ear bandage. And I'm going to show you guys, whenever I got Preacher, he had, when his ears were done, he was in a green, exact same color. And it literally, like, it looked like the same dog in my seat. And I'm going to show you guys. Okay, so now you can see that. So there's all of these things, and I think that I needed that because I'm not opposed to reusing names on my dogs. You guys know that. I've often talked about the fact that a lot of my dogs had names from dogs that are in my history at some point. But some names are really, really, really special for me. Preacher being one of them, and the same thing with Terrible. So much so that I have not had another Terrible yet. Okay, I'm just being real with you. Like, I've thought about it. But I knew I had to be 100% sure. It was so important to me because I have such an emotional attachment to it. What you doing, baby boy? No, yeah, we almost did it and then we didn't. Sweet boy, sweet boy. Sweet man. And he just loves me. Like, he wants to be around me. He wants to be just like Preacher. He wants to be with me at all times. Okay, so I had him in my room and I have this like fenced square area, this little cage. Look at that beautiful movement. I had him in this like fenced in area, for potty training. I don't want him running all around my house like crazy. And I had Gabriel, and Gabriel was sitting right next to me. And Gabriel was getting loved on. And he, even after surgery, and should be groggy, but he wasn't that. And he's trying to look at a mushroom, not happening. And he was looking at Gabriel through the fence, through that little gate, and he was growling at him. And so me being me, I'm like, oh my God, I love you so much. And so, I pull him out, and I bring him up to like be in the bed with me. Nope, he don't want to be in the bed with me, but he does lay right by my bed. He just lays down and goes to sleep. So, I'm not crazy. I know that this is not Preacher. Okay, this dog was born before Preacher passed away. So I want to be very clear on that.
I also don't think that you necessarily believe in like reincarnation.
Yeah, and I don't even. Yeah, I'm a Christian. I don't believe in reincarnation. But you can believe whatever you want to believe. I don't hate on nobody. I don't judge nobody. All I ask is for the same. But there's something about this dog. The whatever essence that it just. I don't know. I can't tell you. I don't know what it is, but I know enough. I know better than to kick a gift horse in the face, is what they say. And this is special. And so, remember how I told you guys whenever I went and got Preacher, he immediately came and sat at my feet? Do you guys remember I just told you that story? Look at him. So, while I'm sure that there are people that will have opinions, I do not care. And I want to be very clear on that. I tell you guys things and I share my life, but do not confuse it with me actually caring what people feel about my decisions, okay? That's not to say that I'm immune to criticism, but when it comes to something like the name of my dog, I don't care how anyone feels. And I am naming this dog Preacher. Come on, you guys! Back over here! All right. I've got dogs down yonder, down the cut. No, Fly, get out my face. Go away, Fly. Dude. Good dogs. So, it was very like surprising to me. It was hard to even make that decision because I was like very confused about it, but I can't deny how I feel. I can't deny the reality of this decision. I can't deny all the coincidences. And so he is Preacher. He is not the Preacher. He's not the original Preacher, but he is the new Preacher here. And he's not ever meant, nor will he ever replace my original Preacher. And I know that. And I am not going to hold him to an expectation of being that dog. I'm not going to Like, it's a mistake a lot of people make when they have a dog die and then they try to replace it and they expect it to be the same dog. And I'm well aware of all of that, and I have no intention of doing any of that. I am simply making observations of
What's interesting is he only does the growling thing with you.
of the reality. Yeah, see, he's not being possessive of anybody else. And I'm not going, hey, get over here, Bella Rose, now. Bella, get over here. Dude, she loves Tillicum. She's not in heat. Girl, you quit. You are teasing that man. You are not in heat. I gotta get him neutered. Yeah. I would never have females that are in heat out here anyway, because I'm not taking a risk. So all of my females are always in a caged in area away from Tillicum. But that ain't right for her to tease him like that. You know you ain't right. You know you ain't right for that. Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know. I don't claim to understand it. I wasn't expecting a puppy. You know what I mean? I wasn't expecting to bring home a dog. I certainly wasn't expecting to bring home a dog that literally made me feel like I was bringing home Preacher again. But that's how I feel. That's what he is really looking like to me, as far as being like a very similar dog. And I think that it did I go into the genetics of it? I don't think I did yet. Did I? Okay. So these are the genetics. So I was looking through the pedigree, and this is why I think that we're seeing this. Okay. And I didn't even realize it. So Hefe is his father. Hefe is out of Blondie and Batista. And Blondie is out of Preacher and Cashmere. Okay. And then his mother is out of an import by the name of Alpha, and a female named I forget her name, but her father is out of Preacher's full sister, Belina. Those of you that remember the story of how I found Preacher, I was really having a hard time finding a Corso that I liked because they look so different. So I just went on Google Images and I was looking for the Corso, the type of Corso that I like, and I found Belina, and I wanted a puppy off of her, which is exactly the breeding that I'm talking about. There were two breedings. I could get off Belina and this import named Caspian, which is a direct son of Conan, or I could get off of Sally and Rocky, which was the actual breeding that produced Preacher and Belina. And I ended up going with the breeding that produced Rocky, or that produced Belina and Preacher, instead of going off of the Belina litter. But the sire of his mother is from that litter. So basically, he is line bred off of Preacher's breeding specifically. So Preacher being his great-grandfather on his father's side, and Belina being his great-grandmother on his mother's side. So it's very tastefully done. There's a lot of genetic diversity in there that I don't even have on the mother's side. So I can use him a lot, and I'm just really... Ooh. That's how Preacher was, dude. Preacher didn't take no crap off nobody, man.
Did he try to get
He was so dominant. Look at him, my baby boy. No, Jolene, go away. You're my baby boy. Look at him trying to get her. Oh, you guys, I can't tell you the joy that I have in my heart right now. I can't tell you. I do feel like it's hard to say. But I feel like I have Preacher back. And I know that's going to be hard for people to hear, but I can't deny how I feel. That's all I can say. I can't deny how I feel. And I don't know. That's just all there is to it. So I'm glad that now I have more knowledge than I did back whenever I originally got my OG Preacher, and I feel like I will be able to raise him better because I know more, and I shouldn't have the rocky moments that I had with Preacher, as far as like it took me a while to get him trained up and into the dog that he was.
Wants to get everybody. Oh, next.
Oh my goodness. And he's gonna be special. This dog is not gonna leave my side. That's what I'll tell you.
Ivana tolerates it.
So anyway, I know there's gonna be a lot of mixed feelings. Maybe some people won't take it well. Maybe everybody takes it well. I don't know. But I hope that in time, as you watch him, you will see what I mean. I didn't have a YouTube channel when Preacher was this young. So
But Preacher is started off the entire year.
yeah, I just didn't have that. So there's no way for me to really show you what he was like at this age. But I do have some, oddly enough, I do have some videos on Facebook that I had posted of Preacher back whenever he was younger, but I don't know how many I have from this age. I know I have some from whenever he was a little bit older and stuff like that, but
It's good he's getting playful with him. He's not just
dude, Bella Rose loves babies, dude. She freaking loves babies, like all babies.
clearly more than Blondie.
No, she loves babies.
Treating it like it's her own baby.
Yeah, and as you can see, man, the pup was cropped yesterday, not even 24 hours ago, and you can see how it doesn't bother them the way that a lot of people think it does. So, but yeah, this is Preacher 2.0, you guys.
Look at her.
And that's all I can do. That's all I can do is go with how it feels. So,
Guys, do you have to slam into each other?
yeah, that's how they roll.
Full force? They just...
So I don't know. I hope you guys are having a good day. And yeah, and that's it. I'm gonna let y'all go. Talk to you later. Say bye.